Hello and welcome to today's webcast, Introduction to Microsoft's PowerApps. So my name is Sarah Deal and I'm a Business Intelligence and Analytics Consultant at Thorogood. I'm speaking with you today remotely from Philadelphia. I'm joined also by my colleague, Laura. So in terms of an agenda for this webcast, we'll start with a quick introduction to Thorogood and who we are, and then get into an overview of the Power Platform, followed by an intro to PowerApps and a demo of the app. So for those of you who don't know Thorogood, we are an independent global professional services firm specializing in business intelligence and analytics strategies, solutions, and services with a keen focus on our customers. We are a global company with offices in Boston, Philadelphia, London, Singapore, Bangalore, India, and Sao Paulo, Brazil. All of our consultants are recruited and trained in the same way to develop a unique mix of skills blending business understanding in the form of industry and functional experience with a strong technical aptitude and a deep understanding of analytical tools and techniques. We offer a full range of BI and analytics services, including strategy and roadmaps, requirements, design, implementation, and training and support. In terms of the customers that we work with, we typically work with customers within 4 data-rich verticals: consumer goods, pharma and life sciences, retail, banking, and insurance. We work with a number of customers in each of these areas, and you can see some of their names listed here. In terms of the technologies we work with, we are an independent consulting firm, meaning that we don't work with one specific technology. We do, however, work and partner with many of the key players in the market in order to provide our clients with the solutions that best suit their needs. So to start off, I'll first talk through what tools make up the Power Platform and how they work together. For those unfamiliar, the Microsoft Power Platform is a group of 4 tools offered by Microsoft. These products are all available individually, but as a group offer a platform in which no code is required to build applications. This allows for everyday users to be able to create, automate, or analyze their data without needing a technical background to do so. The Power Platform has been evolving since first introduced by Microsoft, but it currently stands as 4 products comprising the Power Platform. They are Power BI, which is a tool used to analyze data and create visuals, and then share with your wider organization for quick and easy insights. PowerApps, which is used to build custom data-driven business apps for internal use by the organization. Power Automate is used to design automated workflows and reduce manual tasks. And Power Virtual Agents, which is the most recent introduction to the platform, which is used to develop flexible chatbots that can communicate with external customers. The combination of these 4 tools is useful in that it allows people to do more with their data on their own without having to have any prior coding knowledge. You can connect to data from sources like Office 365, Dynamics 365, and even standalone apps and data sources depending on your needs. It doesn't allow for the custom flexibility of custom coding and things like that, but it does provide a simple and easy method for most users to be able to get started and create, automate, and analyze and share their data in ways that were not previously able to for non-technical people. So I touched briefly on PowerApps in the previous section, but now we're going to get more into PowerApps in general. But to go into more detail, PowerApps is a tool offered by Microsoft which provides a low-code or no-code interface for building applications. As I said, the Power Platform is more geared towards non-technical users. There are a ton of things that you can do with PowerApps, and Microsoft makes it pretty easy to get started. There's a wide variety of different pre-built templates and various different use cases, which you can open up and quickly start integrating your own data to make it your own. You can use a pre-built template or start from scratch, but it is as easy as dragging and dropping to get your desired results. I'll soon take you through the interface in more detail, but you can use PowerApps to create apps which can transform manual business processes into digital automated processes. In addition to those above, there's a variety of advanced capabilities you can integrate to create a fully functional, customized tool. From configuring different controls and adding in galleries of data and even integrating AI Builder, there's a lot of flexibility in what you can do with the tool. In terms of connecting to data, PowerApps has a wide range of built-in connectors to choose from. Data is really the foundation upon which most apps are built, and PowerApps uses connectors to build this foundation and establish a connection and talk to a data source. There are a few different types of connections, such as tabular data sources, which will return data in a structured table format. PowerApps both retrieves table data and updates data in your data source. There's also action-based data sources, which use functions to interact with the data source, which allow you to pull only specific data. So now diving a bit more into the specifics of the PowerApp user experience. Upon creating a new app, this is what the blank screen looks like. I've gone ahead and added one control to the screen to take you through what controls are, how to add them, and how you can make them interactive in combination with formulas. So this bar at the top here under Insert lays out the different control options that you can add to your screen. I've added a button here, as you can already see. A control is essentially an element of the UI that allows users to interact or that contains information and text can impact the way that users interact with the tool. Examples of these include text inputs, drop-down lists, or navigation buttons, or icons that allow the user to move throughout the app. Each control also has its own property window where you can directly set size, positioning, text, and style of the control directly in the window pane on the right-hand side where the button is selected. Alternatively, these properties can also be set via specifying a formula. Directly under the bar in which a control can be added, a property can also be specified in the following drop-down menu. Examples include onSelect, so upon a user selecting the control in the app, what actions do you want to occur, as well as more design-oriented properties such as italic, which a user can specify true or false if they want the button text to be italicized, or you could specify a condition via the formula in which you want the text to be italicized as well. Upon selecting a property, one can add a formula within the formula bar to indicate the action or property definition. Formulas are key in adding functionality to your app that allow users to interact with and perform actions with the tool. Like formulas in Excel or code languages such as Python or SQL, formulas can range in complexity and can be used on their own or combined with other formulas. By assigning a formula to a control, it assigns a property or a specific behavior which users can then directly see and interact with in the front-facing application. A few examples of different types of formulas and functions that you can utilize in your Power App to give your controls interactivity are shown here. Examples are classified under different category types such as mathematical, logical, collections, actions, text, and data. Under mathematical, you may recognize these as similar if not identical to the ones you may utilize in Excel, such as calculating averages and obtaining the min and max of values. Logical and collection type formulas include those you might utilize in SQL or other similar programming languages to specify certain conditions with functions, such as if, not, for all, and filter. Action functions are frequently utilized to allow users to navigate from screen to screen within the app and refresh pages. Text functions are kind of what they sound like and are relevant to text displayed on your app, whether that be a user entering data in a specific text field or reading the text to utilize for labeling or reference. Finally, data functions are relevant to the data connections we discussed that your app is connected to. If you want to write back to your data source and set specific fields or obtain, for example, the associated GUID with the data connection, that is some of the functions on the screen to be used for. So now I'm going to hand it over to my colleague Laura, who will take you through some templates and use cases that Power Apps can be used for.
So thanks, Sarah. So for those of you who have already identified a use case or are looking to explore potential scenarios in which Power Apps can be utilized, Microsoft has made it very easy to get started with this tool. So upon logging onto Power Apps and going to the new tab on the left, many pre-made templates that are already ready to be synced up with your data sources, customized, and then deployed are available. So by clicking on each, you'll add them to your environment and be able to edit and understand a bit more behind how the apps were actually built. This isn't only useful for the given use case scenarios, but also a great way to explore Power Apps and learn how specific functionality and user controls are actually developed. Some template options on the screen here include the help desk, budget tracker, or leave requests, to name a few of them. Power Apps also provides these templates for tablet or laptop view in addition to the mobile view. So depending on what your target format is, Power Apps offers examples for both use cases. If you do have a specific use case, though, that's not provided as a template and are looking to innovate from a blank canvas, you can just start from a blank app or start with your data instead. Speaking to an example, though, that is included within the templates is the employee onboarding app, which was created by Microsoft to help support the company's HR and new employees during the onboarding process. This app can help by providing resources such as links to policy guides and other forms new employees may require while getting fully onboarded. A key feature of this app is that it utilizes Power Apps' ability to connect with other Office 365 and Microsoft tools, specifically connecting to the data of each of these products, such as Outlook or SharePoint. So upon clicking on the onboarding app, not only can you directly hook up your own data to the app and just start using aspects of it, but as I did mention earlier as well, these templates are also a great place to get started in regard to understanding how key functionality within Power Apps works. So it's a great place to start playing around with the development UI and get a sense of how one would actually interact with the tool. So as you can see here on the left-hand side, you could actually click on any of the screens within the app and then on any specific control or text within each screen to kind of learn the types of controls that are being used in this app as well as the formulas that are being utilized to actually give that control a specific functionality or property. So now that we've kind of discussed the tools and information to get started with creating a Power App, as well as some of the resources that could help guide you in doing so, I'm going to take you guys through an advanced business use case in which we created a Power App for a customer, and then take you through a demo of what this app actually looks like to the end user and some of the considerations involved when developing the app. So the Power App that we'll be walking you through today was an app built by Thorogood for the purpose of supporting the budget planning of a company. The firm's planning system is based on their product demand, products being made, and product inventory. So these plans are actually stored in their SAP system, which is hosted on a SQL database. The Power App in this case is connected directly to their SAP system. So the app allows for planners within the company to go in and make manual adjustments to their either current demand plans, make plans, and then inventory plans. So using a front-end tool in PowerApps has made this manual adjustments much easier, as it eliminates the requirement of updating plans directly in the SAP system. So as part of the demand cycle in the Power App, the planners take the current demand plan from SAP and then make the manual adjustments in Power Apps. So as the planners kind of know a little bit of extra information outside of the plan that has been established in SAP. The demand plans are then saved back to the SAP system and are used to calculate the make plan. And then upon running these calculations, the Power App can then read in the make plan, perform more manual adjustments on that, and then the same process can also be performed for inventory plans following kind of a similar cycle. So all reports can then be extracted directly into Power BI, in which analysts can then use for reporting and analysis purposes. So next, I will actually take you through a brief demo of what this app looks like in Power Apps to the end user and kind of how it functions from the user's perspective. So starting on this first screen, the app begins with a bit of an overview of its functionalities for any user accessing the page. It calls to the user's attention the purpose of the tool being to make manual adjustments to any part of the planning cycle, that being total demand, make, or inventory, as I mentioned previously. So one thing that I would like to bring to your attention while going through this demo is the front-end design for the app and some of the changes and small adjustments that have been made to aid in the design in the user experience and ease of actually using the tool. So I'll call out a few of these while we go through, but one that you see here on this screen, as well as on future screens, is the brief directions at the top to kind of help the user understand how to use the app, as well as the purpose of each screen. So by clicking Start here, I am then brought to this first selection screen in the app. Again, as you see at the top of this screen, directions are included to help the user kind of understand how to navigate through the app. So in this case, let's say I'm a planner within the company and I'm looking to make some manual adjustments to our future demand plan. As you can see, the demand plan adjustments are currently open, while make and inventory are actually grayed out and not. So if I did want to make adjustments to another plan, I could just click on this Open Close button here. And now you can see the plans that are open and the ones that I'm able to open or close for any of the cycles that would allow yourself or other planners to make edits. So there is a possibility to come in and also reset any adjustments as well. So if the user ever wants to kind of return to that original SAP plan, say at the start of a new planning cycle, they can also reset the adjustments here. So in this case, if I want to open the make cycle, I just click Open Make. It loads for a bit, and then now I can see that the make cycle is open. If I wanted to close it, I would just click Close. So now I'll click back here, and I'll be navigated back to my main screen. So as you see now, the make button is no longer actually grayed out, and I would now be able to make adjustments to the make cycle as well. Another design choice to call out here is that we incorporated throughout the app is that each plan type has a different corresponding color associated with it, so that the user quickly can know which plan they're making adjustments to. So when I click on the demand plan, you can see that the top bar is pink, and then when I click on the make plan, you can see that it's green. And this kind of flows throughout the other screens as I take you through as well. So for the sake of this demo, I'll show you how to make adjustments to the demand plan for a given item or brand being sold by the company. So here I'll just click on, as I'm clicking on the demand, I'll click Perform Adjustments. You see the top bar here is pink, indicating that I'm making edits to the demand plan. And then to get started, I can kind of read the directions at the top and understand that I need to pick some selections to begin. So I'll click Selections here. And I'm brought to yet another screen where I can select the location and the materials that I actually want to make an adjustment for. So for this location, I'm going to select Aberdeen. I can just select that and add it to my selected thing on the right-hand side. And then I can also select material either by typing directly in the material code or navigating to a specific product. So for the sake of this, I'll add Super Sweets as the product group. My brand, I'll do Old Favorites. And then for material I want to adjust, I'll do the Kendall Mint Cake. And then I'll just add that here. Now, before selecting OK as well, I'm also just going to select 0 volume, as this will kind of allow me to view demand plans for these materials, even if the current demand plan associated with it is 0, but I could make future adjustments to it if I wanted to. So then clicking OK, I am brought back to the previous screen, and now you can see that I can see the current demand plan for this product at the Aberdeen location. So kind of taking a closer look at this, you can see that I can't actually change the plan for the first 3 or 4 months here, as it's kind of too late in the cycle to adjust these plans, as they've already been made and they've been sent to manufacturing to produce the goods. So now let's say I do want to make some adjustments for future months though, and I know that the demand plan in June 2021 will actually be lower than this number indicated, so I can adjust this to say, okay, 500. And then you can see this save button here is also grayed out, because in order to actually save this adjustment, a comment is required in effort to kind of document all the changes to the plan for future reference. So I'll click Set Comment here, select the reason for adjustment, decrease, and I'll just write a comment here, and then I can click OK. So upon clicking OK, you can now see that the save functionality has been enabled here, which I can now click to save my adjustment. Another interesting thing to kind of call out on the design of this page is that the PowerApps actually does have a limitation in that it doesn't provide the option for a horizontal scroll. So we kind of implemented a workaround where, as you were seeing in the window here, it's actually a window collection that when you page right here to view feature dates, or you use this bottom scroll here to move ahead, it's actually a window collection that's paging to the right by changing the specified screen location of the coordinates for each individual cell. Additionally, there's also the ability to set volume adjustments for future months, basically on the same scale. So instead of editing an individual month in a given year, you can edit for a given range of months within a year. So if I click on the material that I do want to set volumes for, I can click select set volumes. I want to do a percent change, and then I can make that, okay, in August 2021 through January 2021, I want the percent change plan to go up by 10%. So I click OK, and then all of my dates you would have seen would have increased by 10%. So now going back to the main screen, here you can see that I do have those unsaved changes because I did just make that 10% increase. That's fine. I still want to leave. So now back on the main screen, if I make an adjustment that I do want to remove for some reason, or I made a mistake, I can navigate to this Remove Adjustments button, and I'll click this. And then I can navigate to the specific location and material and click Remove Adjustments. So the adjustments I just made were for Aberdeen, they were for Super Sweets, Old Favorites, and then for the Kendall Mint Cake, I can add that. I can see the material code that I'm going to be removing adjustments for, and then I can click Remove. So that now has been, the adjustments that I just made have now been removed, and it's back to the original SAP plan. So going back here, finally moving back to the last screen, I can also navigate to lock adjustments. So if I had made any adjustments that I now wanted to kind of lock them in and actually save them back to the SAP system so future people could actually view them as well, this screen is where I can now select the specific location, material combination for which I just made an adjustment for and actually lock it in. So given that I just removed the adjustments, I'm actually unable to lock them in currently, but this is how a user would kind of do so in the event that they wanted to. So heading back to the main screen, that's how a user might interact with this app when they're going through any part of the planning cycle, the demand, make, or inventory. They all have these aspects that you can go through and make adjustments to throughout the app. The app did consist of multiple screens, which allowed for both the read and write data connections from SAP. There are many controls and functions that we kind of observed in terms of the buttons to navigate between screens, text boxes, drop downs to indicate kind of specific entries that we wanted to edit. And then again, all of this was done in PowerApps low code environment, but as you can see, can be kind of tailored to your own specific business use cases and often can be made more complex if the use case so requires. We do have a few upcoming events that may be of interest to you, ranging between events focused on other Microsoft products such as Power BI and Azure Synapse to other technologies, including Databricks and Anaplan. We do host other webcasts like this one, as well as kind of virtual workshops as well with Power BI and Azure Synapse. If you are interested in learning more or require any help on implementing any of the PowerApps solutions of your own, please do reach out to Sarah or myself for more details or visit our website to learn more. Thank you for joining us, and if you do have any questions, comments on Power Apps or any other technologies that you might have questions on, don't hesitate to reach out to Sarah or myself. Our contact details are here on the screen. And thank you again for joining us today.